you for Thank you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. WellsCountyVoice.com, an online service that allows fans and parents to watch high school sports live anywhere and anytime that's convenient for your schedule. As always, we encourage you to go to the games and support the students, but when you simply can't, we're glad you're here with us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game, so please support these businesses whenever you can. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
On the campus of Norwell High School from the Castle, welcome to Ossian, Indiana, and the Northeast State Opener featuring the 6th-ranked Norwell Lady Knights and the Huntington North Vikings. Good evening, friends, and welcome aboard alongside my good friend and partner and Norwell 7th-grade basketball coach Alex Howard and Megan Miller. I'm Derek Decker. Pleasure to be with you here this evening. Alex, this is a game last year where these two teams fought to the very end. Norwell won 46-43 over Huntington. Despite the close matchups in this series, Norwell has dominated the series. They've won 9 out of the last 11. Huntington's only win here at the Castle coming in 2015. This game always seems to be tight, but down the stretch when push comes to shove, Eric Thornton has had the last laugh most of the time.
Yeah, always a real good NE8 matchup here between the Vikings and the Knights. And in some historic places, these two teams played down in Hoosier Gym.
Yeah,
down there
that
in
was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
That was a great game and a lot of fun. And it always starts with the JV game. JV games are usually really competitive, gets the atmosphere good and going. Quick trip down 224, and a lot of fans in the building tonight. Should be a good one tonight.
Yeah, there's a great crowd here. Norwell won the JV game 40-39 behind 17 points from Allie Riley and 10 from Dakota Hubble. Norwell putting that game away late. That was a tremendous atmosphere. Good game for that one, and you're right, Alex, a nice crowd on hand here tonight. I talked to Norwell coach Eric Thornton prior to tonight's game. Let's take a listen to his preview of Huntington North.
Coach Eric Thornton, before first of all, speak to Emily Todd. She is leading the team in three-point percentage. Kind of speak to her emergence as a player here early in the season.
You know, Emily's just put so much into, being ready to play at this level. Very, very happy for her. She's playing with a lot of confidence. She's really playing well for us. It's important to see a senior like that feel valued, to take that next step. And Emily's played really well for us, and we'd love to see her continue to do that, obviously.
Tonight, Coach, you've got a Huntington North team that you're very familiar with, and the style that they play. What makes them difficult to score against?
Well, they're just good on both ends. Their defensive average, you can say, well, that's because they're patient offensively. But, they complement their style of play on both ends of the floor. Their offense, they're very patient. If you sit back, they'll just take their time, back cut you, and just move and very fundamentally sound. So they're hard to guard, but they're going to wait until they get what they want. And then defensively, they're very good at pack line. They'll get some adequate pressure on the ball, but those other kids make it very, very difficult to attack the lane.
A Huntington team led by Taylor Double. What makes her so good?
Taylor really lets the game come to her. She's very smart. She's very unselfish. But she is probably one of the most efficient players, if not the most efficient player on our schedule. She's very, very good from the three-point line. And, she can drive it and pass it. She's very team-oriented, but when it's there, she's their kid for sure.
And then finally, Coach, keys to victory for your first conference win tonight.
I think for us defensively, we can't let them just sit and do what they do. We have to get some ball pressure. That's what we've been focusing on all week going against our guys' scrimmage team. Just get up into them and make them play a little bit quicker than they want. Defensively, we've got to do a good job also of not letting them cut behind our head in their five-out offense. And offensively, we have to understand that, it's about getting to the rack zone. But tonight it may be the fourth or fifth side of the floor rather than the first or second like maybe we usually get. So patience on our end, too.
Norwell coach Eric Thornton, thanks. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That was Norwell head coach Eric Thornton prior to tonight's game. We thank him, as always, for taking the time to talk to us, and you'll hear from him again following tonight's contest. This is Billy Ann's Supper Pub pregame show. Billy Ann's Supper Pub is located in downtown Bluffton and is your local choice for Tex-Mex, some of the best burgers in the area, and some of the best American food as well. It's Billy Ann's Supper Pub located in downtown Bluffton. Alex, really nice crowd here at the Castle tonight. The Norwell band is in the house as well. They always add to the atmosphere. This is what Friday nights are all about in Indiana, and we say it. This team might lead the attendance in girls basketball in the entire state. You just do not get this environment for girls basketball in very many places like you do here at the Castle.
Yeah, it's just Friday night, and what school around the area do you see this at a girls basketball game?
Yep.
Just something truly amazing for this school and Eric Thornton to build a program and a following like this. This will be a fun game tonight.
Well, he deserves it if there's anybody that deserves it. This program has built to a spot. Coach Thornton is closing in on his 400th win here at Norwell, and hopefully we'll be along for the ride. Can't wait. Saw him clinch his 300th victory just a few seasons ago against Norwell. See, it's amazing how fast those wins come when you're coaching a program like Norwell. He's had so much success here. But also on the flip side, before we get to the anthem here, Matt Hines is in his 3rd year at Huntington, 7th year overall. He's never had a losing season either. Back-to-back 15-8 campaigns to start out his career at Huntington North.
Yeah, real good record. I had the opportunity to play a couple of his teams last year with some freshmen on the varsity team this year. Very good feeder system there at Huntington.
Let's join the Norwell band for tonight's national anthem.
Presented with the playing of our national anthem.
Norwell band, outstanding job as always as we get set for the starting lineups. We'll take it to Huntington North first, who comes into tonight with a record of 3-2 and led by Matt Hines, who's in his 3rd season at Huntington and a record of 33-18, 96-44 in his 7th season overall after 4 seasons at Eastbrook in the mid-2000s. And as we just mentioned, he's never had a losing season. Huntington North will go with Taylor Double, a 5'11 junior that wears number 2. He'll start Grace Sell, 5'5, a senior. A 3rd guard is Leah Campbell, 5'3 and a senior. Marissa Trout, the freshman, at 5'11 starts as well, alongside Molly Doherty, the 5'10 freshman that wears number 33 to round out the Vikings lineup. For the Norwell Lady Knights, who come into tonight ranked number 6 in Class 3A and a record of 7-1, Eric Thornton is in his 25th season at Norwell with a record of 396 and 179, and they'll start Kennedy Filling at guard, a 5'7 sophomore. At a 2nd guard, it's Mackenzie Tolliver, a 5'5 senior, and at 3rd guard, Emily Todd, a 5'6 senior. At the 4th guard for Norwell, it's Annabelle Johnson, 5'5 sophomore, and to round out the starting lineup at center is the 6'1 junior, Skyla Tomasek, that wears number 35 for the Lady Knights in white here tonight. Derek Decker, Alex Howard, Megan Miller, thanks for joining us. Alex, your keys to victory real quick for both sides as we get ready to get started tonight.
You know, I like what Coach Thornton said about being patient on his offensive end. The Knights, you know, they like to get to the basket as quick as possible, but sometimes against a stout defense like Huntington North's going to play, you know, you have to trust the process of that offense, and maybe it's not your 1st or 2nd time going through the motion offense, but maybe it's the 4th or 5th time that you actually get to the basket, actually get it down to the 5 and get the score. I think that's a huge key for the Knights today to get a real good victory, not turn the ball over there on offense. Be okay with playing patient.
Our 3 officials tonight: Sean Sherfy from Muncie, Paul Gonzalez from Muncie, and Sam Bruning from Fort Wayne. Norwell in the white, Huntington North in the red. First conference game here at the Castle, Huntington North and Norwell. It'll be Sean Sherfy to tip the ball up. It's Skyla Tomasek for the Lady Knights. Marissa Trout for Huntington North. Tip is up. Off we go. Tomasek wins the tip, and it's controlled by Filling in the backcourt. She has it knocked away from her It'll stay Norwell ball here after the loose ball. Should be a real fun one tonight. Again, as we mentioned, these are two of the top 50 defensive teams in the state. Norwell giving up just 33 points a game, and Huntington North at 35. You mentioned it's really hard to control the pace of the game when you're taking on a Huntington team that does that so well. Here's Emily Todd and now Kennedy Filling, who tries the straightaway three, and an outstanding start for the star sophomore for the Lady Knights, who shoots it at 37% from distance.
There's the patience Coach Thornton was talking about pregame. Just Huntington North sinking down just a little bit, and good defense there by the Knights.
Tomasek with the steal, and here comes Tolliver. Norwell leading 3-0. The punch by Johnson. Dribble drive offense. Tolliver straight away. And the rebound pulled down by the Vikings and Marissa Trout. Trout just a freshman and listed at 5'11" and moves well. You can already see there's a lot of youth on this Huntington team that's comfortable playing at a high level. Alex, you had the chance to play both Crestview and Riverview, as that's a double dribble, and that'll turn it back over on their first two possessions. You played Riverview in the conference tournament last year, and that was a short-handed Riverview team that still put up an outstanding fight against your Lady Crusaders.
Yeah, they were without Marissa Trout there in that game, and they
hurt
still brought it. Hurt them big time for sure. She tore us up during the regular season over there at Riverview as well.
Filling again. This one misses everything, and that's out of bounds. Don't see that kind of misfire all that often from Filling. Just kind of slipped off her hand. A Norwell team that's shooting 34% from distance. This is the biggest thing for Huntington North, as Norwell will try to extend some backcourt pressure, and now they'll sink back into the half court. Huntington shoots at 37% from distance as a group, and the reason for that, well, mainly it's Taylor double, but the reason for that is because they do not take forced shots. This is just a team that's very disciplined. Here's a corner three for Grace Sell that misses off the front of the rim, and Tomasek clears the rebound, the former Huntington North product. Johnson slithers through the defense, and that's something you don't see all that often from Annabelle Johnson in her first season at the point guard position, getting aggressive and attacking off the dribble.
Yeah, I see it more and more in practice. I sneak in here every once in a while and watch practice, and she's getting better taking the ball to the rim.
2 minutes into our first conference matchup. It's 5-0 Norwell here at the Castle in Ossian, so glad you could join us. Tomasek with another steal. Bats it forward where Johnson controls it and lays it in. And Norwell's raced out to a 7-0 start to force a Huntington North timeout. What a start here for the Lady Knights as they race out 7-0. And we'll take a quick break and be right back on The Voice.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Alex, this group in Huntington North just played a very quality Bishop Lewis squad, beat them 46-25. They led that game 27-6 at halftime. Mark Pixley's got a good group. You know he does. Norwell handled him as well. But really, those are the only two teams that have had any kind of success against Bishop Lewis to come on the road here tonight. A disappointing start in a game that they controlled from the outset last year at home.
Yeah, and a part of that is that this Knights 1-3-1 defense, it just makes you not run a simple offense. You can't run a simple offense against it. You have to pick your gaps and find your holes in your short corners to break it, and they're having a hard time passing through it right now.
There's a miss from Emma Doherty, who checked into the game at the timeout. Still the starters on the floor for the Lady Knights. Tolliver has Johnson open. Filling straight away again. She's not afraid to cut it loose, and it's 10-0 Norwell. 2 triples for Filling in the first quarter.
Yeah, Filling spotting that up about the whole time there, and finally got the ball to her and knocks it down.
Boy, what an outstanding start for Norwell. 3 minutes in, and that was last touched by Kennedy Filling, who knocked that pass away. Again, this is a game last year, stunningly, that was 20-16 at the end of the first quarter, and it settled in and ended up in the 40s like you would expect it to be. But that was a high-scoring affair from the outset. Norwell came in, shot it very well. There were like 3 combined missed shots in the first quarter of that game last year. It was ridiculous. That's exactly what you expect from this Huntington North team, as they try to find their footing, trailing by 10 in the early going. Here's double off a screen. Taylor Double has her first triple. She's shooting it 49% from distance, and she has the Vikes on the board. Filling is fouled as she came in, and a reach-in foul is going to be called against the Lady Vikings and Grace Sell. The first stoppage here tonight via a foul almost halfway through the first quarter. In it comes to Tomaszek. You know, that was fairly poor rotation defense there by Grace Sell, who got lost along the baseline, and it leaves Tomaszek open underneath.
Yeah, and that play for the Knights there wasn't super fast development. I mean, it took a while to get going, and Huntington just lost a couple girls there on that play and found Skylar Tomaszek wide open for an easy deuce.
It's just not something we are accustomed to seeing from this typically disciplined Viking group, especially on the defensive end. Campbell shut off by Johnson. Halfway through the first frame, and there is Tomaszek getting active again. Ball loose and tied up. And it'll stay with Huntington North. Tomaszek has had an outstanding start defensively for Norwell.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job in that 1-3-1. In the middle of that 1-3-1, not allowing the ball to go in the middle. She's reading every pass that's coming to the middle and getting, I mean, she's got a long reach for a high school girl, and she's getting her hands in there and deflecting passes. Real stingy 1-3-1 here.
She's the biggest player on the floor, and she's an athletic big at that. You just don't see the combination of those two things all that often on the ladies' side. Nice cut down low, and finding a bucket is Gracie Fields in a tough angle. She was kind of underneath the rim to cut the lead back to 7.
Yeah, Norwell switching to man-to-man defense there, and Huntington able to get around it, and easy deuce.
Tolliver from way out there misses everything. Lily Norris is in the game, and she was last to touch, and it'll go back to the Vikings.
Yeah, something you don't see much there from Tolliver. Usually her range is limitless, and couple of bad misses for her early.
Man, that is a kid that can light up the gym.
Yeah.
You know, Eric Thornton, that's the leading returning scorer for this Norwell team. Thornton said, hasn't had a grittier or more intelligent player. She made 63s last year for Norwell. Down the lane was Doherty. Couldn't get a clean look off. Gracie Fields tries from the corner. And it was Mackenzie Feast to keep that rebound alive. Tomaszek had everybody over and controls the rebound anyway. Discards of Molly Doherty, the freshman, and the much smaller statured freshman. That's a foul. As Grace Sell got her hand caught in the cookie jar, and 2 early fouls for the starter Sell. I think of all the starters to get that second foul, you know, might not have been the worst thing. She's had really struggled out of the gate here tonight, especially defensively. Hand off to Tolliver, who is bumped, and she draws the foul. Can't say enough about this start for Norwell. They have attacked the basket. You know that this is a Norwell team with all the rumblings of a potential shot clock in the future, which apparently could be coming as soon as next year if you ask Coach Thornton and some of the folks in the top of the IHSAA. But this is a Norwell team that's not going to be affected by that at all.
No, not at all. Their offense goes really quick, and that almost feeds into his play even more, and speeding teams up. And on the flip side, it does not bode well for the boys team.
Right. Tolliver split the pair, but Norwell got the offensive rebound, and Mackenzie Feast is long from the corner. Great box out underneath by the freshman Doherty, and it's a rebound for Emma Doherty. Emma and Molly Doherty, pair of freshmen for Huntington North, and the up and under move and the left-handed finish for Molly Doherty. 13-7.
Yeah, playing those twins right there at Crestview. They gave us a lot of troubles in the first half, and we were able to get them in the second half.
That felt like a little bit of a forced shot from Filling, but Mackenzie Feast tracks down the rebound, and she takes a 3 off the dribble. And the rebound down to Huntington North. That's something that you just can't do. Is you've had some early success. Not really want to call it lightning in a bottle, but you don't want to settle in to taking quick shots against this Huntington North defense.
Yeah, right. And here Huntington North setting up their patented 5-out offense, and this is where the Knights, and Coach Thornton talked about it before the game, this is where the Knights need to settle in right here.
Down the lane, nice pass for Fields. And Huntington North has trimmed the deficit to just 4. Second basket for Gracie Fields, who's averaging just 2 points a game. Feast, a rush shot again that misses everything. Tomaszek caught one off the nose on that deflection, and running the floor is Fields again, and she finishes through contact. Gracie Fields has half a dozen in this first quarter, and she's got a chance to draw the Vikes back to within a one.
Yeah, and really weird play there. The Knights defense is usually really good at getting back there. Felt like they were kind of real slow to get back on that play. Now, fast break plays, Oliver did what she could. But after that weird scramble ball there, Knights having a hard time getting back. Good finish there by Fields.
Just outside of a minute left in this first quarter, Norwell scored the first 10 points this game, and Gracie Fields has almost single-handedly drawn the Vikings back to within 1 point. And they are right back in this thing. That didn't last long, did it?
A lot of it's just with the Knights forcing a couple of the shots there in the last possessions, and Huntington settling into their offense and getting a couple of good buckets.
Bounce pass to Norris, off balance, short. And Huntington North can take the lead.
No.
Well, Norwell got a deflection, and you know what? Haley Green still didn't get back, and Fields has another basket, and the Vikings are in front for the first time tonight.
Haley Green just stopped. She was the only one back.
And there's a reach-in foul by Leah Campbell. Boy, you're right, Alex. Haley Green, the deflection actually saved Norwell and gave him a chance to get back defensively, and Green either thought that she had a chance at that or it was going back the other way, and it gave Fields an open layup. So that foul went against Leah Campbell for Huntington. It's her first. Team's fourth here in this first quarter. Norwell with just one team foul. Knights could hold to take the final shot if they so choose, but this is an offense not likely to do that with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Small lineup on the floor right now for Norwell. Johnson lost the handle. And Lily Norris picks it up. Todd cut off on the back cut, so she'll try a mid-range. But again, that's just not an in-rhythm shot. Huntington with 10 seconds to shoot. Double has had just one basket. Now she slithers down the lane. Nice finish for Taylor Double, who now has 5. Johnson heaves it, and that misses. Well, what a flurry. Huntington North, after giving up the first 10 points of the game, ends the quarter on a 16-3 run. And they take a 3-point lead to the second quarter on The Voice.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barclay Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barclay Builders, Inc. Let Barclay Builders get started on your Barclay Built forever home.
Back here at the Castle, Derek Decker with Alex Howard and the lovely Megan Miller on the broadcast tonight. It's a 3-point lead for Huntington North. Alex, boy, it's a certain... it just changed all on its head there from the outset tonight. We thought Norwell got out to a great start, just like they did last year, but the Vikings are a team that know that they're not going to go away, and they really calmed down, forced Norwell to take a couple quick and rush shots in their offense. Vikings responded masterfully, and to our surprise, in transition.
Yeah, and the Knights not getting good looks on offense has led to them having to play man-to-man down here on defense on an arm to the right of your screen, and not that 1-3-1, which kind of sets up easier offensive possessions once you're rushing Huntington around. They need a good look here, a good basket, and then get back into that 1-3-1 zone to ramp up the aggressiveness.
Starters on the floor for the Lady Knights, and Johnson was a bit out of control heading into the lane, but she draws a foul. So the fouls are 5-1 at this point. You know that, and by the way, that's the second foul on Molly Doherty as well. So a little bit of foul trouble. Doherty and Sell both with a pair in this first half for Huntington North. This has been a big struggle for Annabelle Johnson. Just 41% from the stripe on the season. She rims the first one no good. A team that is shooting 59% as a group after setting a team record last year in the low 70s. By the way, they only shot 5 free throws against Eastbrook. as Johnson misses both. They only shot 5 free throws against Eastbrook, made all of them. It's a Norwell team that, by the way, we didn't get a chance to talk about it in the pregame, but they completely dominated what was an undefeated Eastbrook team, 61-31 last Saturday night here at the Castle. And that was a great win for an Eastbrook team that feels like they've got a good group, and it's a good two-way squad, but the pace of Norwell was far too much for the Panthers to handle. Long possession setting up here for the Lady Vikings as Trout is cut off. He's testing Norwell's defense. Nice slip underneath for Marissa Trout, and she gets the assist from Taylor Double.
You know, that defensive possession for the Knights there, they were all kinds of mismatch on matchups, and Skylar Tomasek was actually guarding the point guard there. And an empty possession the other way. These Knights need to stop right now.
In the corner, it dribbles out to Doherty, who travels with it, and that's a big bailout for the Lady Knights. I think Coach Thornton's getting close to a timeout. You really you feel like that. I mean, it's an 18-3 run right now. It's an extended run for Huntington North. But Norwell led this game 10-0 before the Vikings came storming back. Dribble drive offense in motion for the Lady Knights, as Tolliver and Norwell is unable to get penetration to this point. Huntington knows how to defend it well. Nice screen set by Todd, but still no penetration on this possession. Johnson to the baseline. Tomasek. Finally, Todd gets free in the corner. And the rebound down to Gracie Fields. That's a pretty good look.
Yeah, better possession there by the Knights, and really, you know, good drive there by Annabelle Johnson to open things up, and then a real good reverse pass there from Skylar Tomasek to a wide open Todd. Sometimes shots just aren't going to fall.
Yeah, it does happen. I mean, it's basketball. Another nice play by the lengthy Tomasek, who will just bring it down the floor. Well, she's putting the moves on. Hasn't given it to a guard yet. Finally gets rid of it. Todd way out there. Oh boy, that was way short. Rebound to Trout. And Trout can run the floor for Huntington. So impressed with Trout last year. I mean, we can't say enough about it. So we're going to be a little biased towards the freshmen because that's our experience. But Trout was impressive not only for the middle school level, but she was impressive on the travel circuit as well.
Yeah, she's real strong to the basket, real confident.
She's a physical player for being very well put together for a freshman. But we said that last year as well. There's a miss by the Vikings. Game has kind of found a choppy pace. It's not slow by any stretch, but both teams have gone a little bit cold. And that's a careless turnover from Emily Todd. Well, Haley Green is into the game once again for the Knights. It's the second time she's been in, averaging 3 points and 3 rebounds in 9 minutes for the Lady Knights. Also, Grace Sell back in for Huntington North, who plays with 2 fouls. Boy, what an intriguing game. We have really found an interesting one. It's a nice move, but a difficult shot for Aaliyah Campbell over the much bigger Green. Filling takes a look. Johnson tried to force that down to Green, and that's a little bit of the youth playing into a factor there for the Lady Knights, and another turnover.
Yeah, just a forced pass there, just kind of trying to will it there to Green in the middle, and there's a lot of traffic in there. It's better to reverse dribble that out.
There is a great crowd here tonight.
Fantastic.
I mean, there really is. You can't see the other side, but Huntington's got a good number of folks here as well. And that's a travel from Emma Doherty. It is Friday night at its best. Got Norwell boys back in action on Tuesday. They went 1-1 in their first week, and now Eric Thornton will take a timeout. Alex, you think that's a good usage of a timeout here? We'll keep it here for this third.
Yeah, great timeout there by Eric Thornton. I just felt kind of like we were talking, the game's just kind of this choppy pace, and really offensively, you haven't gotten a great look in a while, except for the Emily Todd 3 in the corner. And the ball's not really fine. Like Skylar Tomasek, you know, brought up the ball in that one possession. You're not really getting your offensive play set up. If I had to guess, Eric Thornton here is going to set up a play where he's going to get a back cut, quick bucket, and then he's going to want to set up in 13 to kind of get this thing moving back a little bit. Just kind of felt like the Knights were a little bit discombobulated. on both ends even, getting caught up on those back cuts that Huntington runs and not really kind of running into each other at times. So great timeout.
Knights with the basketball, both squads using a TO here in this first half. Matt Hines used one when they were trailing 7-0. Filling from the corner, high arcing three, and she gets it to drop. And that's a big one for the Lady Knights. It's her third triple. She has 9 of Norwell's 16.
And here's your 1-3-1.
Yeah, I think that at least for a few possessions, that's a good move out of timeout. Now they're not trapping real hard out of it at this point. Good job getting to the baseline. Extra pass. Trout is open, and she missed it. And that's a foul over the back on Emma Doherty, as a good box out by Haley Green, skying up for the rebound. And that, I will say, they got a pretty good look out of that different defensive effort from Norwell.
A couple of gifts there by the basketball guys. First, they had a wide open layup here. If the girl just went up here under the basket.
Right.
They had a wide open three in the corner. If she would have just pulled it, and then Marissa Trout doesn't miss too many of those.
She was wide
those
open.
Wing threes.
Now Norwell needed a break to try to get them back in this thing. They've not led since about halfway through the first quarter, late in the first quarter. Johnson lost it, and it's picked up by Taylor Double. Cannot afford to give away possessions against this Huntington team. Norwell only turns it over 10 times a game, but they're on pace for far more than that here tonight. Tolliver with handsy defense, and I think it's a foul on Mackenzie Tolliver. She was a little bit too handsy, and that's the second foul on Tolliver, and Eric Thornton's keeping her in the game, well, for the moment. Now Emily Todd comes to the scorer's table.
I think Thornton's griping about a foul there on the Huntington's girl.
It was on Double, I think. It was to me, it was the correct call. It just came a little bit late.
Yeah.
As Tolliver looked like she had already won the ball by the time the foul was called. I think that's the argument from Eric Thornton. Campbell lost it. Double shut off by Todd, and Norwell settling back in. They got out of the 1-3-1. They just went to it for one possession to try things out. Might do that on and off here in this first half. And later in the game, as the contest wears on. Cutting is Double. Taylor Double with 7 first half points.
Yeah, good back out there, and the help was late. And that's what happens. Just a nice little layup right there.
20-16, the Vikings in front of 3A 6th-ranked Norwell. And Johnson is fouled as she was moving across the top of the lane. This will give Norwell free throws. Johnson missed both of her first attempts. That's the second foul on Leah Campbell. So now Sel, Campbell, and Molly Doherty, all with 2 personals in this first half, might play a factor as this game goes on. Problem is, Norwell's worst free throw shooters at the line right now, and Annabelle Johnson. And she makes me eat my words on the first one and earns the bonus. Johnson with 5 first half points. That's her average. Career high 15 against Northwood a couple Saturdays ago. And rims the second one home. 2 for 2. Half a dozen for Johnson. All right, 2-point game as Norwell tries to settle in and get a stop. And Double cannot get to that one as Marissa Trout threw it outside of her reach. It's a turnover in the backcourt.
Yeah, that's what a little bit of pressure can do to you. You don't pay attention or a little lackadaisical with some passes, and it's a quick turnover.
Norwell can tie or take the lead on this possession. Todd just has her pocket picked by Emma Doherty. It's thrown in front for Gracie Fields again, who's into double figures with 11 points. Again, she was only averaging 2 points a game coming in. In fact, on the season, she had scored 10 total points, and she's got 11 in this first half. Filling way out there, off the heel. And that's a reach-in foul by Annabelle Johnson after the rebound. Just when you felt like Norwell was starting to gain a couple ounces of momentum back, Annabelle Johnson makes some free throws. They were in need of a stop. Instead, Huntington North gets a bucket and a turnover. Tomaszek fighting for it against double. Hayden Bailey gets free. Way short. It's only 4th attempted 3 from Hayden Bailey in this season. He's only played 2 games. Coming off the bench here tonight. Nice defense in transition by Huntington North. Johnson on the floor. What's the call? I think it's a jump ball, and that's a turnover. Boy, they are really adding up. And again, you cannot do that against this Huntington North team. Last year, this game was incredibly tight. Think about this. 14 lead changes in a game that never got out of the 40s last year, with the biggest lead for each squad being 8 points in that game. Nice led by Maya Shelton with 18 in that game. Late runner from Lauren Bales sealed the deal. Johnson gambles and got her fingertip on it. Stays with the Vikings with less than a minute left in the first half. I cannot believe Gracie Fields has a baker's dozen. She has been unmarked by Norwell's defense here in this first half, and Huntington North has its largest lead at 6.
Yeah, slipped behind there, the 1-3-1, and that's backside wing all day long and twice on Sunday. Got to get there.
Johnson tried to go over the top and turn. All right, well, obviously we're dealing with some technical issues here tonight. We missed about the last 17 seconds of that first half, but hopefully we're back now. Your friends and family are watching, have them refresh, and hopefully we'll carry us through the second half. We've been dealing with issues all night here tonight. It's 27-20 at the break. Derek Decker with Alex Howard here at the Castle in Ossian. That was a huge change from the first 4 minutes of this game. Norwell raced out to a 10-0 start. Huntington North responded by going on an 18-3 run, and then a 3 right at the end of the half to put H-in up 7 and feeling good heading to the break.
Yeah, Huntington North kind of weathered the initial storm that Norwell gave them, and then once Huntington North settled into their offense, once Huntington North settled into their offense, they really gave Norwell fits. And part of the issue that Norwell had on defense was exactly what Coach Thornton said he wanted them to do, is to get good ball pressure, make them play a little faster. But Norwell didn't play fast enough defense to cover Huntington on their back cuts, a couple backdoor cuts, and they lost a couple girls towards the basket, and a couple of really easy buckets for Huntington North that kind of just start to wear on you. You know, little nicks and cuts along the way, little easy baskets, and Norwell, a lot of empty possessions on their offensive end. A couple of real bad looks, real force-up shots. We were kind of talking about that during the first half. Real hard to get in a rhythm offensively when you put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it felt like some really rush shots and some forced shots in that first half for Norwell especially. Huntington North, again, played under control, didn't freak out when they were down 10, calmly responded after a timeout from Matt Hines. They have a 7-point lead on the road at the Castle, where Norwell was 14-2 at home last year and 4-0 to start this year. We'll take a quick break, 90 seconds prior to the start of the second half on The Voice.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Thunder and lightning, rock and roll, even peanut butter and jelly. There are some things in this world that just naturally seem to go together. At Farmers and Merchant State Bank, it's you and us. That's why at F&M, we're always ready to partner with you on all your financial needs, from checking and savings to auto loans and more. Now that's pretty black and white. Farmers and Merchants, you and us. Learn more at fm.bank, member FDIC.
Second half about to get underway here at the Castle. It's 27-20. Norwell over Huntington North. And Norwell will start the third quarter with the basketball. Man, fight from Matt Hines' kids, but the way this game started just shocks me at the way it is now, and Norwell's inability to respond. Here's Emily Todd off the dribble, knocking down a three. That is certainly one of the oh, no, 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 yes kind of shots.
Yeah, much needed for her and her confidence after finishing the half the way she did. And great tip there by Skyla.
Tomaszek came on with a white sleeve out of the half, so I don't know. She had some kind of a blood issue. It's just a regular athletic sleeve, it looks like. And she's got a wrap on her knee as well as Taylor double cuts to the basket. 9 points for double.
I wonder if that's from the little fall she took over there.
Been. 6-point lead for the Vikings on the road. Todd, no call. And Tomaszek there to clean it up, but she misses the short one. She's had a lot of rebounds tonight. Tomaszek's been very active for Norwell. All over the place in everything but the scoring column. She just has one basket, but man, she's been nails tonight. Campbell, top of the key for Huntington North, leading by 6, averaging 41 points a game. They're at 29 right now, on pace generally for that. And after the tough start defensively, that's an offensive foul against Grace Sell. Now, Tomaszek lost her footing a little bit, but Sell kind of got her shoulder into it, and Tomaszek sold it well. Third foul against Grace Sell. And the Knights get it back on the turnover. It really does feel like, Alex, Norwell's had their chances in this game to this point. I mean, it feels like they've had some possessions where you could say, okay, we need a bucket right now. They just have not been able to get that really consistently at all tonight, and the Vikings have responded nicely on the offensive end. Here's Tolliver from deep distance, got the roll, and she's got Norwell back to within 3. Tolliver's first basket of the night. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, that's dangerous right there. You don't want to let Tolliver get going. She'll make you pay all night long if she gets going.
Here's a man advantage for Huntington North as Tomaszek got caught near the half-court line on the gamble. Sell leaves the 3 short. Trout is fouled on the rebound. There's that board again from the freshman. And Tomaszek picks up her first foul. Just the first on the Knights in the second half, and it was I only had the Knights for 3 fouls in the first half. Been a pretty clean game, really, on both sides. Huntington does have some foul trouble, but all their fouls are concentrated within a couple of players. Double has been defended nicely as Norwell now turns it over. I think double's really been defended nicely for the Knights here tonight. Five and a half to go here at the Castle. It is a 3-point game in the third quarter. Huntington North leading Norwell. They've led Norwell really since the back end of the first quarter. They go over the top. Defended nicely. Tomaszek lost it going out of bounds. And Emma Doherty there to get her hand in between Tomaszek and the basketball to force the turnover.
Yeah, nice little play there where you're trying to get a lob over the top. Huntington North read it out.
That's just a poor turnover there.
Good read there by Annabelle Johnson.
For sure.
Looking like a defensive back in football, kind of turning the hips there, getting a good interception.
That is 3 steps from the 3-point line, and Todd missed it by a lot. And a foul against Annabelle Johnson.
Yeah, and Thornton giving Todd there a little, hey, let's just run the offense.
Yeah,
that was kind of ill-advised there.
It feels like Norwell's had a few too many of those ill-advised shots tonight. I mean, we know this is an offense that's going to generate a lot of shots, so that's part of the deal. At the same time, again, you have to be clean against this Vikings team or they will make you pay, as they've shown it here tonight. I mean, they've given Huntington some opportunities now as Filling gets the steal. I can't believe that wasn't a foul. I mean, Molly Doherty, I will agree, went vertical there, but there was a lot of contact, granted, initiated by Filling. And she missed it wildly, expecting the foul call. Tomaszek again. Now she gets on the floor and calls a timeout. And I think you can afford that right now in a 3-point game. That's a smart play by the junior Tomaszek to save the possession and one it feels like Norwell desperately needs, as Eric Thornton will use a full timeout. We'll take it alongside him and be right back on the. Oh, I take that back. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll still break.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
Back here at the Castle, again, we're dealing with connection issues tonight, so if you've found your stream is buffering or slowed down or otherwise tampered with, then go ahead and refresh it, and we're working the best that we can on our end. 4:34 to go in the third quarter. Norwell's down just 3. Feels like it's been more than that. I mean, Huntington North has controlled the game since the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, it feels like Norwell's getting a little bit more control over this game, though, and that's why I kind of feel like 3 is a reasonable number right here, but
well, the
needs
amount
a good possession right here.
With the number of three-point shooters that Norwell has, even though they haven't shot it well tonight, particularly well, at least since the early stages, in front of the bench, Tolliver's short. Look at the rebound by Tomaszek. I mean, she might be in double figures in the rebound department. That's Kennedy filling, really doing a Kaylee filling impression as she is able to muscle that into the basket. That is the strength of the filling group, and she's in a double figure.
And that does not happen without Skylar Tomasek's rebound right there. That was a massive rebound.
I mean,
to get the Knights that bucket right there.
She has been, in my opinion, the MVP for Norwell tonight to this point, as Gracie Fields catches it on the baseline. Double defended by Filling. One dribble, throwing it up there was Trout. Rebound Tomaszek, and Norwell could take the lead. Johnson blocked out of bounds. Nice defensive effort by the 5'11 Taylor Double. It's a 6-inch advantage for Taylor Double. In comes Leah Campbell for the Vikings, and out goes Marissa Trout. I mean, Tomaszek has not just been active on the boards. The number of steals that she has tonight has been outstanding. Double got her fingertips in there again. Can't say enough. You know, it always feels like you play with a little extra juice when you're playing against kids that you know and an area that you grew up in. That's part of the deal here for Skylar Tomaszek. Here's a low line drive 3 from Emily Todd, who has been ice cold from distance tonight. She has made 1 3, but Norwell continues to trail by a single point. And she just can't buy one. Norwell was just 3 of 17 for the 3-point line last year in this game, so it was a problem then. But they were able to eke out a 3-point win thanks to a Lauren Bales bucket, an and one, in fact, with 4 seconds left in the game to win by 3. Under 3 minutes left in the third quarter, 1-point Viking lead, long possession, and it ends in a Molly Doherty air ball. Okay, again, Norwell's got their chances here. I mean, you just at some point you're going to have to take advantage. Mackenzie Feast, I think, is a great sub to get on the floor. That's, I mean, that, if you want, again, lightning in a bottle to shoot it off the bench, that's your go-to kid.
Feast also has the ability to navigate inside dribbling and take a strong dribble to the basket and at least open things up to get it to the 5.
There it is, and she's not afraid to shoot it. She never has been, always has had confidence, even being an underclassman. Feast was very aggressive at the JV level as a freshman last year, and it's a misfire there. Double into the lane. Keeps the rebound alive to Emma Doherty. Nice play by Taylor Double to keep that thing alive. 3-point game. Elbow jumper, and Feast got the roll. First basket tonight for Mackenzie Feast. Norwell continues to trail by 1 point here at the Castle. This has not been as much of a back and forth affair as the last season's matchup was. That had 14 lead changes in it. But it's been a good one. It's been tight all the way, and you knew it would be. I mean, this is one of the more predictable games that you can see. No matter what the start, it's just always going to come back to the median, and you know what kind of game you're going to get with the Vikings. Down low, another layup for Gracie Fields, who has 15 Viking points, who just continues to sneak along the baseline and get open for Vikings.
And that comes from Huntington North penetrating that 1-3-1. You get it to the middle like that, you have a lot of options.
Norwell had bad spacing there as Tomasek tries to create off the dribble. Mackenzie Feast short. Tomasek crashing in for the rebound. And they're going to give her free throws on that as she was in her motion heading towards the rim. Taylor Double picks up the foul, just the second against Huntington North in this half. 2 free throws for Skyla Tomasek, who's shooting under 50%. Norwell has not been here much tonight. In and out. Free throws rarely make the difference in a game. I don't care what anybody tells you. But in this kind of a game, when the possessions are fairly limited, it can make a difference. Tomasek splits the pair. Just continues to feel like Norwell's in desperate need of back-to-back or back-to-back-to-back stops to get back into this game, because they're not scoring at an impressive pace here tonight. Tomasek over pursues. Huntington throws it away. There's stop number 1.
And again, a gift. You never want the ball to get to the middle there on that 1-3-1. Skylar took a gamble there to try to knock away from Sells. Missed it, and Sells throws it away and gives it back to the Knights.
Well, Annabelle Johnson drug her back foot, and the Knights will not get a look. And now you can about guarantee the Vikings are going to take this to the end of the quarter, because they can go 2 for 1, and they've got the possession arrow to start the 4th quarter with the basketball.
This would be a great time in that 1-3-1 to almost get a little uber aggressive and try to pick it off here.
Well, they've had some success with that tonight, especially with Tomasek coming out from the post.
Trap. Yep.
Johnson got her fingertips in there, loose, and it's Grace Sell. And it's a 4-point lead for the Vikings, and now the Knights have to hurry. First basket for Sell. Deep 3, Feast off the front of the rim. Johnson crashing, no whistle at the end of the quarter, and that will send us to the 3rd quarter break. It's a 4-point lead for Huntington North heading to the final frame on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Imagine a place where you could live independently with support close by if needed. A place where you feel secure, stress-free, and with friends next door. A place where you're just a few steps away from assistance, nursing, or even rehabilitation services. A place where a team of professionals work every day to provide everything you need and care for you just like family. This is Ossian Assisted Living, where you're close to home but far from ordinary.
Back here at the Castle for the final frame here on The Voice. Derek Decker with Alex Howard, Megan Miller tonight. Alex, the storyline of the game has been Gracie Fields getting open basically at will for Huntington North. She had 10 points in 5 games on the season coming in. She's got 15 of Huntington's 35 tonight. They have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, and Fields not really the focal point of this offense. You know, everybody
off the bench.
Everybody doesn't want to lose sight of Double here on the court. You know, the star that she is. She's getting the gritty points, especially against that 1-3-1 defense in Norwell. She's the one in the short corner. She's the one that's getting the penetration, and she's finding baskets wherever she can. I remember in the first half, she had a beautiful back cut just on. They were playing man to man. She had a beautiful back cut and got behind the defense. The Knights lost her, and she had an easy deuce. And she's finding buckets like that all night. She's doing a lot for this Lady Vikings team.
She has been active away from the basketball and really stealing pages out of Norwell's playbook, to be honest with you. I mean, it's what Norwell thrives on is back cuts and cuts along the baseline, and Huntington has done that better tonight. That's a deep 3 for Double. That's well short. Pinballs around, tracked down by Sell in the corner, and a foul against Todd. 3rd foul against Norwell in the second half. First foul against Todd. Double having a little bit of trouble getting it in. Well, they sink Trout back in the middle right now, and Molly Doherty's flashing as well here in this offensive set. Just out of Johnson's reach. This is Marissa Trout. You can expect Huntington North to be very patient in this fourth quarter. Double attacking off the dribble, +1. Taylor Double is finally into double figures. 11 points for her. And they can build on this 6-point lead thanks to Emily Todd's second foul in 30 seconds. Double's an outstanding free throw shooter, but if you can believe this, that was only Taylor Double's 6th free throw attempt of the season. She is a good player that attacks off the dribble, and that is a surprising stat to me coming into tonight.
It's also what happens when you light it up from beyond the arc.
Fair
as
enough.
well.
50%. Filling took a look. Tolliver will pull the trigger. That's a big three from Mackenzie Tolliver, and the senior steps up for her second triple to draw the Knights back to within 4.
She had a real slow start, and that is huge for her.
Todd the steal. And blocked by Double and kept in bounds, but it's saved to Filling. And Filling has a baker's dozen. That's 5 straight for the Knights. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. You can just feel, again, with the way this game has gone, the crowd here large tonight. A lot of folks honored. Here's another steal for Tolliver. Filling's in the clear. And she missed the layup. Well too strong. And now Gracie Fields, it is Grace Sell, turns it over in the backcourt for Huntington North. And Eric Thornton is giving it to Sam Brunning right now, who was not pleased with the lack of a call. But I just think Filling was expecting contact and didn't get the contact.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Derek. I think she was just hoping for contact or expecting contact, didn't get it, and finished a little strong.
Handoff, Tolliver slices into the lane to tie the game. A quick 7-0 run for the Lady Knights, and it is tied at 38.
This is what Thornton said before the game. They're speeding them up, forcing errors.
And that's an offensive foul against Molly Doherty, and another Huntington North turnover, and they need a timeout badly. And they will take it. Matt Hines will call for it. 7 straight from the Lady Knights, and they've come all the way back to tie this game at 38.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction.
You can contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 260-414-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, C-A-T-H-I-E, .Peterson@SteffenGRP.com.
Welcome back to the Castle. Derek Decker, Alex Howard, 38 apiece. NE8 Classic brewing here in Ossian tonight. Alex, there have been some violent swings in this game. 10 points to start the game for Norwell if you're just joining us. Norwell led 10-0 out of the gate. That was followed by an 18-3 extended Viking run, and they took a 7-point lead into the halftime break. Norwell trailed by as many as 7 in this fourth quarter. Now you're saying, well, you're only 2 minutes in. That's right. Norwell's gone on a 7-0 run thanks to 2 consecutive defensive turnovers that have resulted in fast break points, and all of a sudden you're staring down the barrel at a tie game.
Yeah, both teams have done the best they can to not let the other team get settled. And Huntington did get settled there. That's why they took the lead. That's kind of why they commanded the game for most of the second and third quarters. But Norwell forcing their will, most of the time on the defensive end, and creating a couple big shots here on offense to get themselves back in this game.
Now they could take the lead here for the first time in a long time. Volleyball line 3 short from Tolliver. Oh, Mackenzie Feast cleans up the rebound. Filling left open, and she's short as well. Look at Feast again, kept alive by Tomaszek. And Filling is stripped and has it go off her leg and out of bounds. Again, Norwell you can't ask for a better look from Kennedy Filling. Tomaszek's got to have 15 rebounds in this game. We'll wait till we see the final stats tonight, but it has been unbelievable. She's probably close to a career high in that department. Down low, getting free once again was Grace Sell, but she kind of had it slip out of her hands as she was crashing to the bucket. Filling from the corner. That's well off the mark, way short. Boy, Norwell in the open looks has not been good tonight. It's such a fascinating game when you have two different styles playing each other. Norwell gets a quick shot up, usually a three, and Huntington slows it down. That's a bad shot from Leah Campbell. Really had no business taking that three. She's now 1 of 8 on the season. Matt Hines can't be pleased with that look. Feast, the teardrop, and Norwell takes the lead.
I talked about earlier her ability. I mean, she has the ability to take it strong to the rack and get floating shots like that, and she's really good at it. Really impressed Thornton last year and even getting better this year. She's going to be big for the Knights going forward.
Yeah, Thornton said she's going to surprise some people. Double is wide open, but missed it. Offensive rebound, and there to clean it up is Molly Doherty. Inside the game again. She's had 4 important points for Huntington North tonight. She has played a big role down low as well. This just has all the makings of a classic finish. Filling from the corner. Bang! 16 points for the sophomore Kennedy Filling. Averaging 15 a game. She's over that average now. And that ball tapped around. Feast is aggressive defensively. Blocked. And now a foul called against Norwell as Grace Sell will head to the free throw line for just her 3rd and 4th attempts of the season. Emily Todd just picked up her 3rd foul, so that's kind of adding quickly here. First free throw for Sell. Hits the bottom of the net. Annabelle Johnson comes into the game for Kennedy Filling, likely for a short time. I can't imagine. I could see Johnson staying on the floor, but I can't imagine Filling's going to be on the bench for very long. Sell splits the pair. Johnson rips the rebound away. Nice screen by Tomaszek in the backcourt. And now Norwell can be patient with the lead. Tolliver scoops it in. Norwell has their largest lead since the first quarter here tonight. 3 minutes to go, and we'll see if Huntington North crumbles under pressure or responds well. Another steal for Tomaszek and a foul by Taylor Double near midcourt. And now you're starting to feel it a little bit. Norwell, with under 3 minutes to go, can really kill some energy with a long possession here. It's only the 4th foul against the Vikings in this second half. So neither team is real close to bonus just yet, Alex.
That is the beauty of dribble drive as well. You can really kill some time, running this offense if you need to, and force the defense to come get you and creating foul opportunities and opportunities to get you to the line.
Todd tried the back cut, wasn't there. Tolliver long distance. Johnson, offensive rebound, but lost it out of bounds.
A lot of contact there, and Eric Thornton is kind of giving it to him.
And a few of the Norwell fans not particularly pleased back there. Well, Norwell defends up 4. Tomaszek gambles again. Man advantage now for the Vikings, but they cannot take advantage. That's the beauty of having an athletic big that can step out and recover nicely. Campbell to the baseline. Nice pull by Doherty. And that's off of Doherty.
Yep. A little poke there by, I think it was Annabelle Johnson. Kind of made Doherty kind of fumble with it, and then she kind of gave a lunge at it, tipped it, and out of bounds. Good call there by the official, I thought. Now I'm a long ways away, but.
Tomaszek was waiting to hand it off to Filling, and Leah Campbell just got both hands in there and ripped it away from her.
Lack of communication there by Knights offense. Got to tell Tomaszek that help's coming. And each possession is just getting bigger and bigger for each team here down the stretch. And you can feel it too.
Oh, yeah. They had a 1-point JV game tonight, and we're destined for a tight varsity finish as well. Taylor Double is fouled by Tomaszek, who got her hand down in there. That's an easy call. Got her across the elbow. And Taylor Doubles headed back to the stripe. So that will put Huntington North in the bonus for the remainder of the game. This is a good free throw shooting team at 70% as a club. Double just has a small sample size, but given her efforts as a shooter, one can imagine that she's going to be quality from the line. Molly Doherty had a quick blow. She's back into the game. Emma Doherty checks out. Ooh, Double missed the second one, and it's a 3-point game. Still one possession ball game as Norwell has the ball. Huntington North has 2 fouls to give, which is important. They can over pursue on defense. 90 seconds to go here at the Castle. And a foul.
That's exactly what Norwell needs to do. Just run the offense and allow Huntington North to come up, try to take a gamble, be strong with the ball, and you're going to get fouls like that, and you're going to get yourself to the line and be able to put this game hopefully on ice if you make some free throws.
Now, I will say, both teams have a shot maker if they need to go to it at the end of the game. Oh, Feast tries a 3 and hits it! Mackenzie Feast from the wing puts Norwell up 6. Another one where you feel like with just over a minute left, not necessarily a great shot, but Feast was open, and she's money from out there. And now it's a 6-point game. Vikings in desperate need of a bucket. They go around the horn, and Tolliver fouled on a 3, and it'll send Marissa Trout to the foul line. Tolliver a little bit too aggressive on the perimeter, and it's going to cost 3 free throws here. No problem on the first one for Marissa Trout, who has not missed from the foul line this year. She's 8 for 8. Not going to make a comment about that one. I can't speak it into existence, I promise. It doesn't exist. Trout goes 2 for 3, and Huntington will wisely use a timeout as they trail by 4. Let's keep it here and talk about what might happen in the final 50-plus seconds. Again, there's a lot of things to look at when it comes down to this game and the end of it. But Norwell trailed this game heading into the fourth quarter, and now they lead by 4 in control. As long as they can take care of the basketball, perhaps make a couple of free throws, they're going to get out of here with the victory, but they're a long way from doing that, and ball security has been an issue for the Lady Knights tonight. Yeah, you can see some of the leadership on this Knights team kind of poking through when they were down. You know, there's a couple of girls, you know, Kennedy Filling, even Mackenzie Tolliver stepping up. They want the ball with opportunities to climb themselves back into this game, and Mackenzie Tolliver with a couple of huge threes to get herself going after a slow start. She's done a really good job of not letting that slow start kind of affect her. So down the stretch, this is kind of where Eric Thornton's teams thrive, right? I mean, they find ways to get to win games and to stay cool, calm, and collected in these moments. And, you know, as pretty as it isn't sometimes, right, for this team. Yeah. You know, they find ways to control the ball when they need to. You know, that run that they had where they played 1-3-1 and turned Huntington over time after time after time to kind of get themselves into this game and ahead. They just let the other team kind of scramble around, and they know what they're doing. It's kind of controlled chaos. Johnson throws the baseball pass, and it comes down to Filling in the forecourt. And they don't have to rush at all. They're going to force Huntington to foul. Oh, Johnson's got to give it up. If you're Huntington North and you get an opportunity, you got to foul Johnson because that's your best option. And they foul Tolliver instead, who's a 72% foul shooter. Oh, I guess I take that back. They had to foul to give. So now, if you get a chance, you want to foul Annabelle Johnson or Skyla Tomasak if you get the chance. And you still, that's the thing about with 38 seconds is you still have a choice to pick if Norwell can hang on to the ball. Nice save in by Johnson. Filling has it batted.
I don't understand why they're not fouling right now.
I don't either. They got a foul.
Yeah.
And you can hear Matt Hines calling for it. Norwell's just playing keep away with 22 seconds now. There's a foul. 2 hands on by Leah Campbell. And that worked out beautifully for Norwell.
Yeah, and in a game like this, that's 2 possessions. I get it's only 4 points, but you got to foul right away. I mean, you got to extend this game as much as possible.
And the high school game, you do not have as many possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, exactly.
Clock doesn't stop after a made bucket. Tolliver with a big 1-and-1. Calmly hits the first one.
Yeah, what poise there on that one. Just you see a lot of people kind of take an extra second there to get a breath. She said, no, I'm taking it right up with it.
This is a confident senior. Misses the second one, though. Rebound double in a 5-point game. Huntington's got to hurry. They got to get a shot up right now. Sell to the baseline. Norwell can live with that. It's batted out. Double from the wing. It's deep. Missed it short. 3 seconds left. Tapped up. Back out to double. That won't matter. Actually, it will count, but it will not matter as Norwell's defensive effort at the end is good enough to hang on for a 2-point victory. And Norwell wins this game 49-47. And Alex, boy, you learned a lot about a young Norwell team here tonight and a lot about Huntington team as well. You've got to be really, really happy if you're Coach Thornton walking away with a victory in this one where you were down for big chunks of this game.
Yeah, your team showed a lot of heart there. I get too overwhelmed by the moment there. Huntington fans getting a little loud. Huntington's offense played with a lot of energy and it kind of handled you there in the second quarter and in the third quarter. I mean, you really felt like they controlled the game up until the point where Norwell, timeout by Eric Thornton, and then come back out, play that 1-3-1, and kind of scramble Huntington around. Really good poise there by Thornton's team to kind of control, get the tide turned back to their favor. And once they turned it to their favor, they really controlled the pace, especially there. Last 2 minutes, they really controlled the pace offensively. And really good things to look forward to for both these programs going forward. Huntington playing a lot of youth, and they have a bright future ahead of them.
Oh, they definitely do, and they're well coached too. Matt Hides always has a good game plan for this particular game. I'm disappointed that these two teams don't get to see each other in the postseason.
Absolutely,
because every time they get together, it features a classic matchup, and It was not different here tonight.
Yeah, and the Daugherty twins and Marissa Trout are just 3 players that are going to help Coach Hines going forward, and with Double only being a junior, this team next year is going to be not one to look past, as they never are. Real good, real promising things for Coach Hines going forward. Coach Thornton's squad for sure going forward as well. A lot of promising underclassmen, showing promise even in the JV level and even in the varsity level.
What a great game we were treated to here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll try to find some final statistics, and we'll talk to Coach Thornton in the postgame show. The Knights win their first conference game 49-47 over the Vikings here at home.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. contact Barkley Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barkley Builders, Inc. Let Barkley Builders get started on your Barkley Built Forever home.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Tim Steffen and Steffen Financial Group are in
is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play. Do you have the power to move your career? AAM's Bluffton manufacturing facility is quickly growing and looking for machine operators, assembly workers, and more to join them as they deliver power to move the world. Opportunities offer competitive wages, full benefits package, shift premiums, immediate paid time off, 11 paid holidays, and endless opportunities for growth and development. At AAM Bluffton Manufacturing Facility, the power starts with our people. Apply today. www.aam.com/Bluffton or call 260-824-6870. That's 824-6870 for more information.
Back here at the Castle following a 49-47 Norwell win over Huntington North, now with Norwell head coach Eric Thornton. Coach, a great win for your kids, and if there was ever a game where you said you faced a lot of adversity in it, this was it. You trailed for big chunks of the game, go on a big run to start the fourth quarter, and you get your kids a win, and they go 1-0 in the conference.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult, and I told the kids after the game that there's nothing better as a coach to just be a part of a group who enjoys being in those difficult moments and those difficult games. I mean, our kids were excited for the game tonight. Huntington North is a great team, and they're going to continue to get better. And to be able to battle back from being down like we were, and for having some tough stretches there in the latter part of the first half. I loved our resolve there at the beginning of the third. I felt like we played well enough to even have the lead at the end of the third, but that didn't work out for us. But our kids were right there, and just felt really good about how we were playing going into the fourth.
Yeah, Coach, talk about Skylar Tomaszek and her effort tonight. Only had 3 points in the scoring column, but she was double digits in the rebound part of things, and she got a lot of steals. She has the ability to step up as an athletic big and get her hands on passes at the top of the key and then sink back and recover nicely defensively. She was outstanding for you tonight.
Well, Skylar's one of those kids that uses her instincts well. She's better when she plays that way. And she led us in efficiency. You talked about the rebounds and the steals. The plays that she makes, she has really played good basketball for us this year. She's a pass-first kid. We wish she were a little bit more selfish, but that's not how Skylar's built. And Skylar has become a very good player for us. And she's coming off of a pretty solid sophomore season, and this one means a lot to her for sure.
When it came down to it at the end of the game, you had a couple of kids step up and make big threes, maybe most notably Mackenzie Feast off the bench. You got her into the game. She stepped in, always a confident kid, knocked down a big three, and it really changed the tide.
Yeah, I'm glad she is, because I had been yelling at our team nothing but layups for the two possessions before that. And so, but you could see as soon as she got it, Mackenzie likes to shoot it, and she's worked very hard at that, probably harder than any kid we have. And, it was right in the flow, and she was on balance, and nothing but net there. I was wanting us to run it for layups and get to the, eventually to the foul line. Mackenzie had some other thoughts, and what a big shot for her and for our team.
Coach, maybe the most challenging weekend of the season coming up for you next week. You go on the road to Columbia City for a conference matchup, and then you go on the road to a ranked Garrett team on Saturday night. Back-to-back games, really tough weekend. How you preparing for it this week in practice?
That's a great question. This year, both of those teams are really good. Yeah. And it might be the toughest weekend as far as regular season that we may have had over the years.
And it's on a Friday, Saturday, too.
And they're both on the road.
Yeah.
And, it's our first trip over to Columbia City's new facility, and they're playing very well. They're certainly probably the favorite in the conference with as much as they return and what they add. Amy has built a very good program over there. And, it's been a great battle over the years. Garrett is as good as anybody.
That was a classic game last year.
In Northeast Indiana and around the state for sure. So, we're going to focus on Columbia City throughout the week. We'll certainly take a look at what Garrett's been doing. I just peeked today a little bit this afternoon, actually, at Columbia City for the first time, and I have not watched a second of Garrett film. We've just been so focused on what's in front of us. But, this week we'll have to talk about Columbia City and prepare for them, and probably secretly work on some things with the kids without telling them it's Garrett stuff. But honestly, it's basketball, and our kids are pretty well seasoned at this point of the season as well. So looking forward to a tough week. It's going to really help us.
Norwell head coach Eric Thornton following tonight's win. Congrats on the win. Good luck next week.
Hey,
and
thanks.
We'll be along for the ride.
Thanks, guys. Good to have you here again tonight.
That's Norwell head coach Eric Thornton following the victory here tonight as Norwell wins 49-47 over Huntington North. Alex, final thoughts as we wrap things up here tonight on a Norwell victory that pushes the 6th-ranked team in 3A to 8-1 on the season.
Yeah, a lot of good things, as Eric Thornton pointed out, and good to see his team kind of overcome adversity like that, especially, as you mentioned, and a great question with a tough stretch coming up here with Columbia City and Garrett. This is a good game for them to kind of know what it's like. Have that feeling of being down.
I'm telling you,
not to rush, not to press, because
they're going to be down.
You're going to be
one
down
or
in
both of those games.
One or both of those games, you're going to be down, and you're kind of going to feel like the walls are caving in. And so to have the ability and the grit to kind of overcome that is huge.
Gritty win for the Lady Knights here tonight. They go to 8-1 on the season. Huntington North, a very deceiving 3-3 record because they're a lot better than that. They have a couple of tough losses. I mean, they played Homestead to an 8-point game. They limited them. They were able to slow them down. This is a very good group that just took care easily of a Bishop Lures team that's a well-coached group and also a tough team. So a lot of credit to Huntington North's team. Matt Hines has just not been able to get over the hump against Norwell. He has never beaten the Knights. Granted, he's only had 3 shots at him, but he's been close in all 3 of them and has not been able to get over the hump. That'll do it here tonight. Norwell is victorious over Huntington North 49-47. My partner Alex Howard and Megan Miller and our owners Scott and Dale Menser. I'm Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of high school sports on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the continued support of our sponsors. Please use their services whenever possible, and when you see them, tell them thank you. Join us again next time on the Voice Enterprises.